Hello, we're back. Got the last of three beers that are new to me from Tatamagouche Brewing, and I hope I saved the best for last here. I have a feeling I did. I have a feeling I did because this is definitely the most interesting one out of the three. Although it might just be in a sense compared to the previous two, kind of a basic bitch style to some regard, but you know it's something that I tend to like. So we'll see. Cobequid Hills Spruce Tip Dark Ale. So this has water, malt, hops, yeast, wheat, and spruce tips. And I do like me a good spruce ale. 5.5% alcohol by volume. There's a thing here about the Nova Scotia Forest Stewards. So I'm assuming this was done in collaboration with that organization that's been around since 1976. So it's 2 years older than me. About 50 years old at this point, yeah. I'll be 48 this year. Wow. Let's share some screens. We have some screens to share. So we do this one first. So look at it here. Better look at the can for you guys. Cobequid Hills was made while thinking of a winter walk in the woods. It showcases fresh growth spruce tips foraged locally by North Nova Forest Management Co-op, whose program plants and grows trees in our local forest, protecting the quality of the Tatamagouche watershed and in turn the quality of our beer. Anything here about? I don't need any tasting notes. Portion of this beer's sales price will go towards North Nova Silviculture, North Nova's Silviculture program to plant and release trees around Tatamagouche. All right, there you go. That sounds good. That sounds planting trees always sounds better than taking them away. I got to present another tab here, so we're going to do that. Just for Cobequid, just so in case someone didn't know. So the old name Cobequid was derived from the Mi'kmaq word Wego Beggy Ilk, Bebelik, maybe? I don't know. Apologies to any Mi'kmaq people watching this. I cannot speak your language. Meaning the bay runs far up in reference to the area surrounding the easternmost inlet of the Minas Basin in Nova Scotia, Canada, a body of water called Cobequid Bay. And that's right here. We can even get closer, can't we? We can get it closer and closer. How close we can go? That close. All right. So right here, Cobequid, Minas Basin right here, and then there's the inlet coming in. It's kind of hard to see this. I don't know why this map is pink on yellow, like pink on faded piss yellow, but maybe you can see that. I don't know. Anyway, that's what that is. All right. I was trying to be helpful, and I think I was less than helpful. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, bottle opener, can opener. So I have no fingernails. There we go. That is dark. So the interesting thing about spruce beers. So the one I'm most familiar with, the one I've had the most of probably is the Garrison one, which still pops up once in a while. It doesn't really pop up in stores. It hasn't popped up in NSLCs for the longest time, as far as I know. I think you can only get it at their brewery now these days. And that one's legendarily intense with its spruce flavor. Like it's just like one note, it's spruce, baby, and here it comes. Um, be if people have not had spruce beers before, but they've had a lot of beers under their belt. The thing I'd equate spruce beers to generally are Cascadian dark ales or black IPAs, because generally those are done in the West Coast style. So you're gonna get that spruce pine hop character, taste and aroma generally in these. I think the big difference is usually these don't tend to be as malty. They don't tend to go like half spruce, half IPA, half malt, like those beers do. This is much more just like a standard dark ale that has like spruce flavoring, which will usually dominate whatever hops are going on in this sort of thing. But so the spruce, I'm getting spruce in this, but it's a little background in the actual aroma. I mean, it's noticeable, but it's in the background. Like I'm getting like just some like kind of standard dark semi-chocolatey kind of malt character floating up here in the aroma for the most part. Yeah. Not really getting any sort of like roasty characteristics. So that would be like where this would branch off from a black IPA or a Cascadian Dark or anything like that. Because this isn't half IPA, half stout. This is just a dark ale, which doesn't dark ales can have roasted malts, but not necessarily super roasted character when the actual taste comes out, and that's sort of seems like that's going to be the case here. But then you're getting the spruce flavoring on top of that. All right, cheers. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Body's about medium bodied, so that's good. There's a mustiness to this. There's wheat in this, right? Did I not read that properly? Yeah, there's wheat in this. So that malt character's got a bit of that kind of musty, dry kind of wheat character to it as well. So this is going for the more tactful, like the spruce is accenting the beer instead of dominating it. And I know that's going to be disappointing for some people. Like I think my friend Guy, who's really digs spruce beers, he might find this a disappointment because the spruce is not super prevalent. It's very background. It's very accenting the dark ale that's going on here. Now, I will say I am kind of surprised. The dark ale characteristics here really are roasty in their taste. The malt character is very roasty. So this tastes, it kind of ends up coming off like a mild Cascadian Ale Black IPA, except for the spruce flavor is a little bit more authentically spruce instead of like getting that flavor off of the hops. And of course, the hop character, whatever hop character in this, is not aggressively like dank and cat pissy or however you want to call it, kind of thing. So it's kind of like you're getting a Cascadian Ale / black IPA that's kind of mild, laid back, and it isn't like it's punching you in the face. And the roastiness is really coming out from the actual the dark malts that are employed in this. It's It's not bad. Drink on a little bit more. The malt character, roasty, a little bit of chocolate coming out in it. It's edging more towards like baker's chocolate instead of like milk chocolate or anything like that. So like you're getting more and more dryness, basically. You're getting more bitterness, more dryness from both the kind of wheat character to the malt, the roastiness, and the actual what kind of chocolate flavor is coming out of this. And that spruce lingers in the background. Honestly, I like this, but I definitely could use more spruce. Feels like it needs to be a bit of a bigger beer, honestly. I think that might be one of the problems here. Generally, as a rule of thumb, more alcohol, more flavor. Generally, that's usually the case. Maybe a bigger version of this beer would bring out the spruce flavor a little bit more. But this isn't a bad beer. It's not a bad beer, and it's probably the one I like the most out of the three I've had tonight. From this new this new order I got from Tatamagouche. Style wise, as a spruce ale, it's a different kind of spruce ale, but it still works as what it's supposed to be. It definitely takes a different tact, which can be appreciated, I think. That doesn't always have to be a downgrade. If you're exploring a different area with the style and it tastes good, you can still grade it high, So I'm going to go 8 on style. I'm going to go 8 on my personal preference as well. I like it a lot. I do wish it had more spruciness to it. That's probably the only drawback from this. That's just personal preference, if this had like sort of the intensity of the Garrison Spruce beer, this probably would have been a 10 for preference. Especially if the maltiness and stuff kept up, if that roastiness and the chocolate character and everything in the background had kept up with the spruce, definitely would have been a 10 for preference, I think, or at least strong 9, 9.5, something around like that. But as it sits, still not scoring bad, at all. So the Cobequid Hills Spruce Tip Dark Ale, yeah, not bad at all. Might want to pick it up. Probably be easier to get than the Garrison one, I guess, unless you live in Halifax. If you live in Halifax, you probably just get the Garrison one if they're selling it at this point. I don't know when. I think that one's a seasonal. It just pops up once in a while, so I don't know when they do and don't sell it. But whatever. Anyway, I've talked enough. Time for me to go enjoy my beer, and yeah, I'm gonna fuck off. So have a good one, and I'll be back with reviews. I don't know when I get other beers to review. Simple as that. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.